Warum ist Francesca nach Berlin gekommen? Weil sie Natalie besuchen wollte. Warum haben sie nichts gekauft? Weil sie kein Geld hatten. Warum seid ihr nicht gekommen? Weil es geregnet hat. Why? Because. In this lesson, we will learn how to explain why something did or did not happen. Weil is a very useful word, meaning because. It's a conjunction, which means that it connects two sentences into one. The while sentence explains to us why. I know that you're dying to see how it works. Let's take two sentences that are somehow connected by meaning, or better to say by causation, and connect them with the conjunction while. Ich lerne viel. I learn a lot. Ich habe einen Test. I have a test. I guess that you can guess what causes what in these two sentences. The fact that I have a test causes me to learn. And now let's connect them with the conjunction weil and see how the sentences behave. Ich lerne viel, weil ich einen Test habe. So the reason for learning is that I have a test, right? We put the conjunction weil in the part of the sentence that tells us the reason for the action in the other one. And did you notice what happened with the word order in the sentence? Let's look at it one more time in slow motion. See it? The first sentence has a normal word order, right? Subject, verb, rest. The first thing that we can see changing is the comma. It may not seem as much, but there will always be a comma in front of the conjunction weil. And the second very important thing that happens is look where the verb goes. The conjugated verb goes at the very back of the sentence. So we have conjunction weil after a comma, very important, don't forget that. After that is the subject, then everything else, and then the verb at the end. So the conjunction weil will push the verb to the last place in the sentence. This is a subordinating conjunction, but if this sounds like a very complicated word, the concept is not. It means that we have a Hauptsatz, main sentence, and a Nebensatz, the subordinate or the dependent sentence, which, well, depends on the main sentence. And with these types of sentences and these types of conjunctions, the conjugated verb will always be in the last place. Okay, but let's drop the explaining and look at some examples. Sie geht nicht zur Arbeit, weil sie krank ist. She's not going to work because she's sick. So the weil part of the sentence explains to us why she isn't going to work, because she's sick. And the conjunction weil pushes the verb all the way to the back. Wir lernen Deutsch, weil wir nach Deutschland gehen. We learn German because we are going to Germany. Again, the conjunction weil tells us because. We are learning because we are going to Germany, and the conjugated verb ends up at the last place in the sentence. Ich habe keinen Hund, weil ich keine Zeit habe. I don't have a dog because I don't have time. Weil tells us the reason for not having a dog and pushes the verb to the end of the sentence. Wir haben ein großes Haus, weil wir viele Kinder haben. We have a big house because we have a lot of kids. Weil explains why, and the verb is in the back. Das Kind hat geweint, weil es traurig war. The kid cried because it was sad. Er hat sich verspätet, weil er zu spät aufgestanden ist. He was late because he got up too late. Let's stop here for a second. If you look closely, you can see that we actually have two verbs here, right? Aufgestanden and ist. Because it's the perfect, and we know that perfect has two verbs, right? So they both go at the end, but one has to be the last one. So, how will we decide which one goes first and which one at the very back of the sentence? Alphabetically, the longer one, the one you like better? No. If you listened closely, I said that the conjugated verb goes at the very back. The conjugated verb is the one that gets changed according to the subject, changes its form and ending. And if you look here, the verb ist changed, right? Whereas aufgestanden will always be aufgestanden, no matter the person. We could also say, wir haben uns verspätet, weil wir zu spät aufgestanden sind. Aufgestanden is the same, but we no longer have ist, but we have sind, of course, because the subject is wir. So both verbs come to the end, but this conjugated verb, the one that changes, comes at the very, very end. The same will be true for sentences that have a modal verb in them, because we know that modal verbs will ask for another verb in the sentence, right? So we will have sentences, for example, like this. Ich gehe nicht zum Schwimmbad, weil ich nicht schwimmen kann. I'm not going to the pool because I can't swim. Both schwimmen and kann go at the end, but since schwimmen is in the unchanged infinitive form and would look the same even if we changed the subject, the modal verb gets the position of the last place because he's the one that gets conjugated. Ich darf nicht zur Party gehen, weil ich noch nicht meine Hausaufgaben gemacht habe. Gemacht to the end. Habe to the end because it's the conjugated verb. Er hat sie nicht gesehen, weil er seine Brille nicht getragen hat. Getragen and hat, the two parts of the perfect. Hat changes, so it goes at the very, very end. Wir entschuldigen uns, weil wir nicht kommen können. Kommen and können, modal verb and the infinitive.